All right, guys, happy Super Bowl Sunday. Hope you're doing well. Back from church, doing a couple things right now, trying to get a few things moved forward. So I've been working this Midnight Moon Brett Moffitt truck, and just a couple lessons learned, and I've got another one in the works because I'm not 100% happy with this. I just put a coat of sealer on it, so I guess I got to be a little bit careful. A couple things, right? And this is just how things work, right? When you're working customs, I get a sheet of 4 decals. I like to have a couple of spares. Usually the first one I make isn't the best, and then the second one I make and the third one I make are much better. And it's going to be the same with this, right? So there's a black piece that goes around this bottom, and you can see how when you lay it in place, you've got to line it up with this here, because this is all one decal here, and it's hard to get it right, and the spacing is tough. So what I should have done, hindsight, I should have trimmed off the black a little bit more and brought this down a little bit lower, so this grill is a little bit lower. And then I needed to move things around here, because you can see there's like this little piece of the side of the headlight that's tucked in with the Moog and the Melee right there, and it kind of covers it up. So you can't really do much about it, because if you cut it out, then you've got these holes in the decal. Ideally it would line up, but you can see it doesn't line up. And even if I trimmed it down way low as well as this, it's not going to line up. It just doesn't. And that's one thing I was chatting with Mr. Radke about, designs. I love it when the decals are separated out. You don't have this overlap, right? You see the overlap of the headlight onto the side decals. Just separate them out. When you design them, keep them separate. It makes it so much easier when you're doing these customs. So this doesn't line up very well. And then one other thing that I just, this is another reason why you separate things out. This side decal here, and it kind of wraps around the back here. But I should have cut this out. Then that way I could have wrapped this this tail light. And these truck tail lights always seem to be a problem. The design isn't matched up real well with the die-cast body. So inevitably, like, I had to trim a lot of black here off of this busted decal here, and really to get it to fit nicely, because there's a little nook here that for the bumper. But yeah, this comes around and touches onto the back. It's not 100% perfect. You can see it's not. This is kind of high on this side, a little bit lower on that side, so it's not really lined up that great. Coming around here, not too bad. This NASCAR race car decal is laid over top of this black that goes up here, and so you could cut it out, but then you've got this little hole, right? So you're going to have to cover that up somehow. But it's the same thing on the other side, and yeah, you can see it's kind of hidden a little bit behind this Granger decal. So again, it just doesn't line up that great. Probably the biggest problem I had with this was I thought that this black Midnight Moonshine decal and this one here on the bed covered the whole area. And so when I was pre-painting, if you can see this, you see like a little black here, a little black there, a little black up here around the spoiler, a little black over here. I got a little too rambunctious thinking that I had full coverage over here, and I don't. There's like this little gap that exists, and it doesn't have full coverage. So when you're pre-painting, just again, lesson learned, life lesson. You got to check those decals closely, because I've got too much black paint there. And trying to lift or like get paint thinner and get that paint off on a white surface is nearly impossible. It's really, really difficult. So I'd kind of set sail on that ship, and that's the way she's going to be. Now, I'm going to leave this up to you, Mr. Scott, if this is the one you want, or if you want me to, and this is the other one I've got working, right? So I'm already starting to pre-paint, and I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. So, anyways, just let me know. Leave me a comment. Shoot me an email. But that's how that Brett Moffitt. I mean, it looks sharp, but it's not 100% perfect, and that's what I'm after. So, inevitably, that's what I end up doing, is getting much closer to perfection the second go around. Okay, maybe I'm just in a complaint session here, but I hate painting yellow spoilers. I hate it. They don't. It's just so hard to get it right. And again, I just put some clear sealer on this. It's just so hard to get it right. So I'm inevitably going to use some black and try to get that cleaned up a little bit where the yellow is. But the decals were not lining up very well, and so I just said, forget it. I'm just going to paint it. And I don't know. Some of you guys may think it's okay, but again, I'm just, it's not 100%, and I'm after 100%. So, but I still have to work on scuffing this guy up once I get that spoiler done, and then we'll start trying to finish up that Hail Melon. Working this Justin Haley Celsius car, and yeah, trying to get this done. Did some pre-painting all around this roof because this is all black here, right? Even though I tried my best to stretch this front nose here, it's coming up just a tad short. If you see that, from wheel well to wheel well, see it's short here, a little short on this side. I may get some of the Go Mango paint that I have, the orange paint, and kind of paint this around here now, because you know, this is going to go up like this, and as you can see, it's going to be a kick in the butt to try to get this to spread all the way over to there. See that? Look at that. Man, that's going to be a pain in the butt. So, not looking forward to that. I mean, if I just lay it right there, look how far away that is. I'm really going to have to bring this forward. And it's not like I have it too low. I mean, I don't know. The struggles of a custom die-cast maker. Yeah, Scott, I saw you might want one of these, and just a little story here, right? So I've got a guy who wants this car. I put it up on eBay. That's why I had to buy it now for $100. I don't expect anybody to buy it for $100, but he's going to send me an offer, and then I'll sell it to him. But I'll be making another one of these Lard Lad cars, and if you want it, you can have it, Scott. No problem. This is a PTC mold. This was the Eric Jones car that I had did a video on the other day. Yeah. Every once in a while, you know, you get a little imperfection in the paint. You can see that little mark there on the roof, but I think my 8's going to cover it. So, not too concerned about that. Alrighty then. I did finish up this truck, but I think I showed that to you guys the other day. This is Mr. Kyle's truck. Yeah. Just a beautiful design. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to gloss this guy up for you, Kyle, but just a super sharp design of this fantasy Kyle Busch. Man, sparks are flying with Joey Logano lately. That's pretty crazy. All right, so what we're going to do in this video, is I'm going to move some things around here. And we're going to reassemble some cars here. I've got things painted. Car's been painted. Interior plastics have been prepped, ready to go. And now this is all ready to reassemble. Hands are washed with Dawn soap. Whenever you're holding these plastic pieces, these clear windows and stuff, I cannot emphasize clean hands. Clean, freshly washed hands. No lotion, just straight. I use straight Dawn soap. Your oils and your fingers are going to get all messed up. Or the oils and things on your fingers are just going to mess it up if you don't wash that crap off. I mean, obviously it serves a purpose, but it doesn't help when you're reassembling these things, because you're handling the car, you're handling the clear pieces. You want your fingers to be completely free of all that kind of stuff. And I just use this testers. It's my go-to glue for these plastic pieces. A little glue here. Don't want to go hog wild in this stuff, and I like to do a little on this back side, not on the front side, because when you do the front side, when you snap this into place, sometimes it will snap and it'll fly up onto the windshield. Even though it dries clear, you can still see it, so you try not to get too much on that front side. And then inevitably you push that in with your thumb. You got a little residue on your thumb, so you kind of rub that off. And then I come back and put a little bit more here, like so. And then that guy's ready to dry. Next, I did pick up some more of those Wave 8 NASCAR Authentics yesterday, and I've got some auctions up. I just have to tell you guys this, because this to me is... I know people have to make money. I really do. I know people have to make money. But it is very difficult to make money by selling on eBay. eBay is making their money, and it just seems that they're making more and more, and sellers are making less and less. Unless, of course, the price goes up, and it really then hurts the buyer, right? Because the buyer's paying through the nose. Case in point, right? So I bought some of those Wave 8 cars, and I bought them at my Walmart. And I'm blessed. I am thoroughly, and I understand I'm thoroughly blessed to have, and I've said this so many times, 7 Walmarts within a half an hour of my house. So let me tell the story why I do this. So, and I know some of you guys live out in no man's land, and you don't have a Walmart nearby. And if you do have a Walmart nearby, they don't stock cars, right? And you're kind of stuck with just either buying them off of eBay or some other way. so I bought some. I had a few, and I decided to put some up on eBay for auction. All right. So my cost, all right, to buy them ends up being like $5.20 per car after taxes here in Virginia. $5.20 per car. And if I am going to ship one of those things, it's going to cost me an additional $4.20. And that's just the price for packaging. It doesn't include, probably another 80 cents for a bubble mailer. That's usually what I use. I use a bubble mailer. All right, so another 80 cents. So if you can do math, I'm already up to what's that? $10.20. If you add all that, what I just said. And then you have eBay fees, right? Because eBay's got to make their money. So if I'm selling just one single car, depending upon what the price is, right? Oh, and by the way, eBay is now collecting tax. So I buy a car, turn around, there's a sales tax, and then there's another sales tax, right, for selling it again. So you keep reselling stuff. The government and the states just keep making money hand over fist on something that they've already collected on. Isn't that awesome? Anyways, so I sold a 2-pack of cars yesterday. I put 2 up for buy it now $20. All right. Again, my cost basis was $10.40 because I bought 2 cars and I'm selling it for $20. So you would think, oh man, he's making $9.60. No. Okay, you got $4.20 for shipping. eBay took $3.15 for eBay fees. Ugh. And then you add in, right, the cost for the mailer, I said. And then if you want to just throw in, like, oh, my gas, my time, driving around, getting those things, and, the sellers on eBay do not make much money at all. So inevitably, they have to charge more. So I have right now a buy it now for these Wave 8s of $14.50. And to me, that's like legitimate. I'm only making like $2 on a car. The time for me to go out and buy those and drive around to the different Walmarts to get those cars and sell them to you guys. So I don't know if you guys are tracking, but I'm just trying to share that good night. These sellers on eBay do not make much money at all. Me included. So, I don't know. Just sharing that information with you and yeah. I am so thankful for eBay. I mean, even YouTube here, right? I mean, being able to share this hobby with you guys and how I do things and all that. But they get their cut. These platforms, they they are darn sure going to get their cut. Yep. All right. I am just motoring along here. Okay. So let's look at this guy. So I did this. This is the Pontiac, and you can see this has seen better days. I cleaned this up the other day, got some Dawn soap and some distilled water, and I tried to clean it up. There's a little bit of paint on it, so I cleaned it up as best I can, but you can see how scratched up this thing is. So I'm gonna put this in place and then just plan on trying to use some of the clear sealer, the Pledge, to make this as good as I can possibly make it. Because sometimes these donors are cars that were played with, and yeah. So I'll try to get this guy to seat in here. I want the windows to pop through just a little bit, right? Okay, that's not bad. Okay. All right, so now this is where this design of this 2000 Pontiac, this windshield slides, or this dash slides in there. So let's get a little bit of glue. I don't want to glue that yet. Let's get a little bit of glue here. Just going to put a little bit right there. Slide this in there. Trying to keep the glue off my fingers is sometimes tough. Slide this guy in there. Try to pull them down in there. Okay. Okay. All right, now I can glue in here. I didn't want to glue this first, because if I did, then I would probably get it on my finger, then push it onto the windshield. Yeah. I'll glue it now. Okay. Just a little bit of glue up here, just to see, keep that in place. All right. That's good. That's what I got. Okay. Cleaning the residue off of the tip of this thing. Put this guy back on here. Yeah. All right. Where are we? Let me show you what I've got next. So, Kyle, I got your box, and I'll be making this presentation car with this car that you sent me. So, I got that back here. And Mr. Nick, once I get this one done, I'll work the other two that you have on those Benson decals, Johnny Benson decals. And then Kyle, I've got your trucks up here that you sent me, and also your championship one. So I'll work all of those for you as well. So Kyle, got a lot of these here for you. William, I've got this here. So I've got this on my to-do list for you. This chocolate brown Hershey's number 29 Kevin Harvick. So that's going to happen here. And then this is kind of what's on my to-do list. I'll probably make one of these. I may do a crazy color for a Kurt Busch Monster, but I want to make another one of these, and yeah, I might do something weird there. Kyle, I've got a few of these that I know that you have asked for. These Milky Ways. Yep, got a lot of these coming for you. I got this decal set that I wanted to make for Matt Kenseth and his family, so I'll be making that. Michael, I've got this one for you. I saw your email. I've got this for you to make, or for me to make for you. Got a couple of these Cummings Think of Truckers Rush for Tristan and Jumpin' Jim, so they're on my to-do list here. I also want to make this car. This is the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Travis Kvapil from 2011. Gonna be making that. And then I've got a couple of these, right? So I have an idea of what to do with this for Mr. Eric Estep, and I'll share that in the coming weeks. But I've got an idea to make a few of these for him with different colors, and yeah, just got some ideas on what to do with that. And then let's see, what else do I have here? Where are you? I think that's it. Oh, yeah, here's these trucks, Kyle, that we had emailed about, that you had requested. These Skittles trucks and that Dollar General truck. So, yeah. So guys, that's kind of what I've got coming. And I know a lot of you have been asking, like, hey, can you I got some requests. I want you to get these, get these requests done. I'm not taking new requests just yet, so just kind of hold, please. I've got a ton of decals. My thoughts are to try to make available the decal sets that I have, and kind of try to get those off of my plate first. I've got a massive amount of them, so that's kind of my thought. But more to follow on that. So, all right, let's close the video with a verse, and we will get ready for the Super Bowl tonight. I don't know. I kind of am looking forward to a good game between the Chiefs and the Eagles, but I don't really care who wins. It's kind of weird. I kind of like both teams, but then I also don't like both teams. So, just looking for a good game. Well played, well officiated game at the end of the day. So, all right, verse 43. Love by actions from the wonderful Word of God. 1 John 3:18. Started memorizing this in 1998. Almost 25 years ago. I was getting ahead of myself there. All right. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. So, if you don't know, 1 John was the epistle written by John while he was on the Isle of Patmos. No, actually, that was Revelation. I'm sorry, getting ahead of myself. But John was writing to Christians in the first century, and he was encouraging them to love one another and to care for one another. And that was a distinguishing mark of Christians, that they did care for one another. They had genuine concern and help for one another. And so, as you might realize, it's our human nature to think of ourselves first. It just is. And sometimes people get into this, they just love with their words. They don't really mean it, they just say it, and there's no action that follows. So, as John writes, and he was advanced in age at this time, so he says, my little children. As he's writing to adult Christians, but as John was probably a man well advanced at this point in his life, he says, my little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue. And the idea is that only, right? That we're supposed to love with our words and our tongues. Yes, that is true, but don't end it there. We need to have actions. We need to have deeds. We need to follow it up with truth. So love is not a word only. It is a true feeling. It stems from the truth of ourselves. And it is expressed and seen, not just words, but in actions. So, yeah, I'm challenged, right? That I can't just say, I love you, but then not do anything about it. And so, I hope you're challenged too by the Word of God. God bless you guys, and we will talk to you in the next video. Enjoy your day.